Thanks for joining us on Key Factors, presented by the raceguide.com.au. Stu Rich and Mike Wood here to take you through a wet and soggy Royal Randwick this weekend. We've got the Quaddie legs coming your way. We've got best bets, value legs, and of course the $100 hot seat later in the show. Welcoming our chief analyst, Michael Wood. And mate, we're winding down the racing season. It's our last show for a couple of months here on Key Factors.
Yeah, great to be with you on a Thursday night, mate, for the last time in a while, like you say. What have we been for the last 6 months? A couple of racing nuts on the back up every single week. A lot of hard work, but we absolutely love it. Made a lot of good calls, a lot of bad calls as well. We're up in the profit overall, which is the main thing. Definitely time for a spell though, I think now, mate.
Yeah, it is. Look, I'm going to be having a punt throughout the winter, no doubt, but no big plans for me over the 2 months, mate. Just a lot of hard work for me, but you'll probably take the family over to the UK again, no doubt.
Yeah, this time of year, always have to do it. Show the kids to the 3 grandparents, to the roadshow, England and Scotland this year. I'll definitely try and make it to Goodwood. Yep. My favourite racetrack in the whole world in the south of England. So beautiful on a sunny day. And as for you working hard, mate, I will believe that when I see it.
Well, look, Mike, just because I don't watch 1,000 video replays like you, mate, let's get into it. It's Royal Randwick. The rain, geez, it's come down this weekend, hasn't it? We're going to be looking for all those mudders at Randwick. But before we get to that, the Brisbane Carnival, it's winding up as well. You didn't have a tip for the viewers last week, Mike, but you promised them one for this week, so what do we got? Yeah,
it's getting harder and harder, this Brisbane Carnival. Glad I stayed out last week. The Doomben track's just made it through the carnival, hasn't it? Thank God it's a good track this Saturday. I had a look on Saturday. It's a really hard card. Again, I don't like the Group 1 at all, but maybe Honey Toast can be a sweet end for the Brisbane tip. $7.50. I reckon it can beat the favourite.
$7.50. I like those sort of tips here, Mike. We're keen to flow those. You've been on fire. We're going to dive into all this Randwick analysis a little bit later on, but Mike, the 4 key factors, I can tell you one of those this week is just going to be playing all day long of these track conditions, the wet, sticky Randwick surface, no doubt.
Yeah, 4 key factors. One absolutely dominant key factor. You're right, Stu, we play the form for all the horses, but we play these 4 key factors as well. Progression, which includes scope and stage of preparation. Basically, can your horse improve on Saturday, or will it take a step back? Distance at the stage of preparation. Is your horse suited at the distance as well? Track conditions, a heavy Randwick track, the biggest key factor all day on Saturday has to be. And maybe the speed map, that 4th key factor, won't matter as much for these horses as well.
All right, well, let's have a look at the first leg of the Quaddie this weekend. It's the SCG Trust Handicap, a benchmark 85 over the 1,400 metres. And starting with a bunch of mares here, Mike, that have seen plenty of each other in recent races. But there is a new kid on the block, Alacio for Gay. Do you know much about this horse? Winner of the last 3.
Yeah, she's won 3 from 3. She's tough. She's on pace. She fits the Gay and Adrian Bowl, doesn't she?
Absolutely.
She's going to be hard to beat. Benchmark 85, 1,400 metres. We think it's going to be a heavy 8 by Saturday afternoon. We think the bias should be fair, maybe slightly off rails. It could be near rails for the first few races. But as that chops out, it might be off rails. Watch for that later in the day.
Okay, let's have a look at the market now for the first leg of the Quaddie this weekend at Royal Randwick. And there is that horse for Gay, Alacio, backed into $3.60, so good support there. Princess Posh in a good vein of form, $4.60. Savan, well, some good money here, $7.50 into the $5 off that wet track run last start. Philosophy there, $7.50. Philomena's Grace, $8.50. Medal for the boys in blue, $9.50. Star Reflection off that heavy track run as well, Mike. Good bits of form here, but Alacio, look, this is a horse. It's topped the market, Gay, unbeaten, pretty good.
Yeah, got to be favourite, doesn't she? We're not going to look at her in the replays. She was good in her 3 starts. We'll look at a couple other horses, and we reckon this horse is absolutely flying for John O'Shea as well. Savan was 4 wide, no cover first up. She ran home hard late. Savan was 4 wide, no cover second up as well, which is the run that we're looking at here. And she didn't give up, did she, Stu?
No, you said it. Absolutely flying, Mike. Charging out of the pack. A better horse beat them on the day here, Mike, these 2, but great runs, and importantly, in the mud.
Yeah, you can't give a horse like Noir a trail into the race and expect to beat her, so no points lost for losing to a horse like that. Obviously, Star Reflection to her inside. She beats her home after having a tougher run. Good luck, Star Reflection, betting her on Saturday.
Well, look, there's a little bit of form that we can link up to. We've got Savan here, linking in with Princess Posh, Mike, but we're going to have to take you back to November for this, because this horse here, Princess Posh, it's in a bit of form as well.
Yeah, they're both, obviously, both very good mares. And what we're talking about here is the fact that they've got quite similar form ratings when they're on similar weights. This particular day, back in November last year, that Stu said they had similar weights. They finished alongside each other on a soft Randwick track. Up to 1,400 metres on a heavy track are both ticks for Savan, and she's got such a light weight on Saturday as well, Stu.
It is, and I just like the way this horse hits the line here as well. You've got to love that.
Yeah, she's a great horse. She had Siren's Fury form that preparation too. Siren's Fury's in Brisbane going for the Group 1.
Of course, yeah.
and Savannah's here in Sydney.
All right, well, let's look at a couple of replays. So let's get this race started, Mike. Take us through the form, and then we're going to hit each of the key factors one by one, but who's lighting up for form?
She hasn't been winning, but she's been running enormous. Savannah, 4 wide, no cover. You've got to give her the gold bar for form, but there's so many close together.
All right, we've got a race starting here, Mike. Progression.
Yeah, Lassio is definitely the scope horse, isn't she? We don't know what she's going to do on Saturday. She could jump out of the ground and smash them again. Philomena's Grace, she's got upside too.
Okay, so it's a Lassio out in front. Distance at the stage of prep?
Yeah, up to the 1,400 metres. A Lassio, she should be okay. She's tough, but you got to see her first. Savannah, we know she loves it. Philosophy back from 1,600 metres to 1,400 metres is a big plus for her.
Okay, so Savannah and a Lassio, 2 lengths out in front here, Mike. Track conditions, who loves the slop?
Well, who loves the slop, but who loves Randwick as well? These mares have been around Randwick 23 times and not one of them has won. Savannah and Star Reflection, 5 start to the track each for 4 placings, and they both like the wet. That's why they get the gold.
Well, you love your stats there, Savannah. Just out in front, position in run, Mike. Who's getting the gun run?
You can't miss stats like that, and you can't miss what this page is telling you. Absolutely nothing.
Well, look, Mike, we started this race. We said there's similar mares. I think by the end of these, we've seen a couple of ticks there for Savannah. Let's have a look at the odds now, and it's time for a bet in the first leg of the Quaddie, Mike. A few ticks there for Savannah, as I said. Absolutely rock solid here. You've got the other favourite there, Alassio, right there. But look, you've found a little margin here. You've found a horse that likes the wet Randwick. $5 seems an okay price to me.
Yeah, pretty obvious based on that page. Star Reflection won't be far away. We saw the replay before. Princess Posta Randwick a risk, and Alassio, she could win, but we just want to see her do it. Maybe we'll flick her in the Quaddie later. It's all about Savannah, the replays. Everything we've talked about has been about this horse. She's flying for John O'Shea. She's waited to win. She has to win soon. This is her race.
All right, it's just a best bet there for us. Savannah in the first leg of the Quaddie. On to the second leg, Mike, and this is the handicap we've been waiting for, the 1,200 metre race for the 3-year-olds and up. And it's the feature handicap with the big bold runner in Jungle Edge. He'll just be trying to do it all again. And will the track stay that wet? Young Georgina Cartwright, she gets the job to do now. Big pressure on her hands. We left this horse out last time, Mike. I really don't think we can do that again.
Yeah, he's such a popular horse, but he's so short. We'll see what we do. Handicap, like you said, it's a feature race on the day. 1,200 metres, a strong tempo with a few going forward. Heavy 8, hopefully a fair bias. You'll need to handle the track. Hopefully the position won't matter. Okay, let's have a look at the market now for this second leg of the Quaddie at Royal Randwick. And Jungle Edge, well, of course he's going to have admirers. $3 into $2.70 with all the rain around in Sydney. Shiraz, now here's a horse that got back last start, burst out of the pack, just couldn't get there though, $4.60. I thought so, so this is a trifecta from that race a couple of weeks ago, $4.80. Faraway Town, here's a horse that's trialled really well, Mike, $6.50. But look, Jungle Edge, Randwick, wet conditions, of course it's favourite. I can't believe we missed him last time. I think you backed him last minute, Stu. Well done to you, mate. I did not. He flew to the front. He loves a heavy 9. He's a big, powerful type. How does he, Stu? He absolutely eats the mud.
He absolutely ploughs through it, Mike. I love seeing a replay like this. I was there with a few mates this day, and he just went further and further ahead. They love this horse, and especially when it rains.
Yeah, the money for Shiraz was exciting, though, wasn't it? Blinkers on, back in distance to a wet track, held up a little bit, flew late. I thought so out wide. Look, we thought he might stop peaking on his run for a new stable. He's not.
No, you got that one right. Now, Mike, we go through this form, Aid Memoir. We've just got to really just have a bit of a reality check there here, just to see where this horse is going. Ex-Kiwi for the Lees Yard. But this horse is actually going okay. We're going back to Brisbane here, Mike. You're having a look at the horse here in the orange, just getting chopped out of it, a vital stage there.
Yeah, you've got to find out how she's going, don't you? Because it's pretty easy to look at your form guide and work out this mare absolutely eats the mud as well. She went to Queensland for a 1,200 metre group sprint race, so she must be going okay. But then you see the 8th, then you see the chop out, back to the inside, only 4 or 5 lengths from the Monstar. Okay. She's going fine, and she had a really, really big weight this day. She's down in the weights on Saturday.
Okay, that's why we've got to have a look at all these replays, though, to get through all the runners. Mike, there's a look at the 2 replays. Now we've got all the analysis to get stuck into, so let's have a look at the form and light up the gold bars.
Yeah, Jungle Edge and Shiraz, they fought it out last start. They had lengths to 3rd. You've got to give them the gold bar for form.
Okay, so there they are, lighting them up as we hit the key factors, Mike. Progression.
Yeah, a lot of well-exposed types. perhaps at the right stage of preparation with not too much improvement. Crafty Cop and Faraway Town, we've rated on their fresh form, so we can't give them progression into this race.
Okay, not too much change, but these two are way out in front. Distance at stage of prep?
Well, distance includes the distance, obviously, like it says, but also includes the tempo as well. The strong tempo should suit Aide Memoir, the tough Kiwi.
Okay, Aide Memoir putting a little bit of a claim in here. The track conditions?
Yeah, wet trackers, we know them, we love them. Jungle Edge gets a gold bar, Shiraz as well. Aide Memoir, we just talked about her, didn't we?
Okay, this is turning into a 3-horse race by the look of it, Mike. Position in run.
Well, this is the horses that might get the nice camp, 4th, 5th, just behind them and run on late. I thought so in Faraway Town. They get the gold bar just off that strong tempo.
Okay, so not too much there in key factors. A few of those gold bars not just lining up, Mike. It's Jungle Edge versus Shiraz. Key factors couldn't really split them there. We see Aide Memoir making a really good charge. So let's have a look at the betting, Mike. And 270 Jungle Edge, 460 Shiraz. I think I know which way we're going to go there, but looking down below here, $11 Aide Memoir, so you think she's going well?
Yeah, I think a few will like this mare back to the mud. She definitely likes the wet track. She definitely likes a strong tempo. Faraway Town for Maddie Smith. She can do well first up. It's such a big task for her fresh. She's going to have to get to a new career best. So it's out of those top 3 mutters. The money came for Shiraz last time. They absolutely smashed him. And I think the money might come early again. We'll have a plonk at Shiraz again. We think he can win. He's a great each way. But an Aide Memoir, if you can run on the sticky Randwick track, she's a great bet too.
So we're against the jungle again a couple of weeks later.
He's in the Quaddie this time, though. He's in the Quaddie.
All right, there's a look at the second leg from Royal Randwick this weekend. Stick around and we'll wrap up legs 3 and 4 after the break. Welcome back to Key Factors, presented by theraceguide.com.au. We're up to the third leg of the Quaddie this weekend at Royal Randwick, and it's over the 1,400 metres and it's under handicap conditions. And it's down to the benchmark 80 grade for the third leg of the Quaddie here, Mike. A bunch of decent types though. I've spotted Hypnotist back from a spell, and I want to see a bit more here about Travancore. Bryce Haysyard, they threw the lot at him last start, but didn't come up trumps.
Yeah, $17 into $8, and he missed the start like he always does. That was a hard watch for those punters. Benchmark 80, 1,400 metres, steady tempo, which won't suit that horse again. Not too many horses going forward in this race, which is a big condition to look at for race 8. All
right, we'll get into all that later. Let's have a look at the market now for this third leg of the Quaddie at Royal Randwick. And the Avenger up, running and going well, $4.20. High Mist off a nice last start win, $4.80. Like a shot. We were going to have a look at this replay a little later, Mike. $6. What a win that was. Hypnotist there. Some great form from last campaign. $6.50. Impavito, it's Randwick, $7.50. And there's Travancore again. Already a little bit of early money there into the $10. But Mike, $4.20 the field here. So we've got a pretty open market. Let's have a look at a few of these replays.
Yeah, let's have a look at Like a Shot. Like you said, you kind of go through your form guide. You get to the bottom. You see this horse. You think, who is this horse? I've never heard of them before. And then you have a look at a replay and you see why it's about $6 or whatever it was in the Saturday race. It settles midfield. It won the start before this, storming home as well. Comes to the outside, and what it does next to you is pretty impressive.
Come on, what a win. Red Hat, see you later, explodes from the... Look at this, what a win.
Yes, a fantastic win. It's obviously a synthetic track. It's failed on a wet Randwick before, but we just don't know how it's going to go on Saturday after such a big win.
No, I love seeing that, a replay like that. Look, Mike, High Mist, we're going to go back to June 2017 here. We're importantly third up, wet track, and a horse called Travancore chasing as well, but some serious form around it here with Just Dreaming and Insensata.
Yeah, hard-working form analysts will find this run. I think I'm calling myself a hard-working form analyst, aren't I? But this is last June in the winter, third up, heavy track, so it's a really great form reference for High Mist. He loves a wet track. He's got fantastic horses around, like Stu said. Obviously, Travancore ran on well late in the purple at similar weight differences, but that horse was fit that day and he's only second up on Saturday.
All right, we like to throw in a few of those replays from back in time. Mike, there's a look at a couple of the replays. So let's get this race started now. All the form, all the key factors, take it away.
Yeah, interesting race with a few horses in form. The Avenger, High Miss and Hypnotist. If you take his form from last preparation, he's a really classy horse.
Okay, we've got to take that into consideration. All the favourites pretty well fancied here, Mike. Key factors, time, progression.
Yeah, a lot of horses that are fitter and can progress or do like a fresh run. So the Avenger's getting fitter, High Miss third up suits, Like a Shot with big scope. Impavito second up suits as well.
Plenty of gold across the page here, Mike. Distance to stage of prep.
Not too much going apart from our mate Voiler, up from 1,100 metres to 1,400 metres. is a big tick for him.
Well, this is a race, isn't it? We've still got 3 right on top here, Mike. Track conditions, can this split them?
Looking for the mudders. High Miss definitely is. Hypnotist looks like he is. Hasn't been to a soft or a proper soft or heavy before. And Francesco, he doesn't mind the mud as well.
Okay, so we've got a few. High Miss and Hypnotist coming out on top now. Position in run, Mike.
Yeah, you can just see High Miss just behind the steady tempo, but I think it's Ty England. Gets such a peachy run.
Well, you've just said it. I think you've got this horse High Miss. It's just going to be in behind. It's going to be stalking right there at each way odds. I know one I'm not going to play, and that's Voilier. This horse never pops up, Mike. There's the odds. There it is. High Miss on top. So we've got it by a length. Back to Hypnotist. $4.80. You've made a pretty good case for this at each way odds.
Yeah, I wish the tab would give us each way prices for Thursday night. There's no place odds. Big risk for Hypnotist first up. The Avenger on a wet track, and like a shot coming from a synthetic track to a wet Randwick. All of those horses can run well, but there's one we know will run well. Ticks all the boxes each way all day if you can get it. High Mist, he loves the mud. All
right, well, that's what we're going to need to find there on Saturday, Mike. High Miss for us in the third leg of the quaddie. And we're wrapping it up now, Mike, with a 1,000 metre scamper. It's a benchmark 81, and I mean, how's this to end off after 2 months heading into the break, Mike? 6 horses fresh, 5 horses with apprentice jockeys on, no dominant favourite. Good luck to the form analysts in this one.
Yeah, the pressure is on. Looks like such a tough race on paper, but maybe we found a couple. Benchmark 81, 1,000 metres, really strong electric tempo. And we've gone fair to off rails because we think they'll definitely chop out the middle by race 9 on Saturday.
Okay, well, it is the lucky last. Let's have a look at the market now for the Get Out Stakes on Saturday at Royal Randwick. And Bandy Purr for Godolphin, $4.40. First up, we'll have a look at a replay later. She Knows, in some great form, this horse, just missing the bob last start, $5. Fanning there, $7.50. Don't Tease Me, one of the favourites on our show here at $8.50. All Charisma, $9. Argent Door on the back up at $9. But Mike Vanderpoor, She Knows, they're at the top of the market here, but there's a lot of horses in this market that are just capable of winning this race in the last.
Yeah, some seriously fast horses. Don't Tease Me, All Charisma, really fast horses. But we know in the winter months you've got to follow these horses that are in form, doing well, handling the wet, and She Knows ticks all those boxes. She's a mare that's absolutely in ripping form for a trainer. She won so well over 1,000 metres 2 starts ago. She was 3 wide, no cover, with a big, big weight this day, and she was enormous against you.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, for the punters out there that know exactly this result, they can just look away at the end, mate, because she just tried right to the line, and that's what you got to love.
Yeah, it was a weight difference to, I think it's Brook Magic on the inside that made the difference this day. 1,100 metres as well, 3 wide, no cover. Like we said before, back to 1,000 metres for a powerful mare in such good form. Should sleep better on Saturday.
All right, and now let's have a look at our second replay, Mike. And what we love to do, let's go back in time. Let's find Bandipur. Now, Mike, you've said this horse could just be an out-and-out mudder. This was on a wet track, and this is what she did to him.
Yeah, got a lot of stats for this horse. He's a fantastic sprinter. This is the first time we saw a soft 7. Just watch it and enjoy it. You can look at the replays if you want at home. Went on to a listed race at Morphettville, won that race as well, betting a horse called Arkham Knight on a soft track, who went on to win its next start on a soft track as well. Won a trial on a soft track leading into this, and his confirmation is perfect for a Randwick mudder.
Love it, Mike. That's what we need. What a win that was. I love seeing a win like that. Let's get this race started now, Mike. Form and all the analysis to wrap it up for Royal Randwick.
Yeah, he's a classy horse that had great form last preparation. Light up Bandipur. He's the top weight for a reason.
Okay, there he is. Lit up progression as we hit the key factors.
Yeah, we saw a first up run. It was good, and he's got big scope and improvement. She Knows might hold her mark. Bandipur could do anything on Saturday.
All right, he's flying away at the top here. What about distance at stage of prep?
Well, yeah, just maybe a slight risk for Bandipur. 1,000 metres is such a sharp distance for him. Maybe 1,100 metres would have been better. Like we said before, She Knows to 1,000. And Argent Dior, back from 14 to 1,000, might suit, especially with a strong tempo.
Okay, so She Knows nearly levelling up here. What about the track conditions?
Well, we talked about it before. She Knows seems to be fine. Argent Dior likes it as well. But a big, big kicker for the Randwick mud bike, Bandipur.
Here he goes, just racing away here, Bandipur. Position in run. Who does this help?
Yeah, not too many. Grand Condor, a nice trail behind the pace. But like we said before, we're not playing position in run too much on Saturday.
All right, Mike, so it's a margin to Bandipur there. You're saying you've found an absolute mudder here, but the favourites, they're on top. That's all we're concerned here because we look at the odds, Mike, $4.40, $5, but this horse, what's that, 2 lengths in front. This is looking good.
Yeah, there's mudders and there's mudders. I mean, there's ones that really love the mud. She Knows going to be so enormous on Saturday. She's going so well. We think she can hold her form. but Bandipur just ticks so many boxes. He's had 2 trials. He should be fit enough. He should be just behind them. He loves the mud, like we keep on saying. Yeah. He's a great each-way bet as well.
It's mudder was a mudder was what I was meant to say.
Definitely. I hope so.
There's a look at the last leg of the Quaddie. Bandipur on top for us. So, Mike, let's wrap it up now. Quaddie time. I'm sensing a bit of confidence here, and having a look at this, the first leg and the last leg only got 2. You're going narrow.
Well, they're really thin right through the middle as well. Savannah, Lassio. If Lassio doesn't run, like she might not on Saturday, we're left with just the one horse in race 6. Race 7, there's the 3 mudlarks at the top of the weights. Race 8, we talked about that as well. High Mist, rock solid. The Avenger, if he likes the wet, and Hypnotist first up if he's doing well, can win as well. And race 9, those 2 favourites should dominate the market on Saturday, we think. One of them will win.
All right, and all importantly, 277% of the Quaddie there for the $100.
A big end for June.
That is big. Now, the $100 hot seat, Mike, we're in profit for the year. That's the main thing. We want to get all the punters home with a win. And look at this. I think there's some key ones here.
Yeah, we're firing 3 darts with 3 mudlarks. Really simple. Race 6, $30. Savannah at $5. She loves it, 1,400 metres. Race 8, $30. High Miss, stalking the pace, quickening best. And he'll just hold on. And race 9, Bandipur, we've said a lot about that horse on this show tonight. We really like him at great odds on Saturday.
Yeah, all around those each-way odds, Mike. So there's a $100 hot seat. Hope you take those tips to the track, and you're going to need them because the raceguide.com.au has got all your profiling for that very wet Randwick this weekend. But look, that's it from us for this 6 months. It's been great. It's been great coming to you in your lounge rooms. We'll be back after 2 more months, and after that, it'll be a few changes on the website, a few changes to the raceguide.com.au, and we'll see you on the other side.
Enjoy the winter. See you in 2 months.